I think it's revealed. You know, if we take a truly scientific approach to life, where we just take experience for what it is, we don't make it fit a theory. We just say, I'm really perceiving this. You know, this wasn't my imagination. This is something I saw myself there before. Okay. And then we say, what could this possibly mean? Let's think about the possibilities of what that could mean. What about the idea that you actually went through future time? And you really were there before? Does time have to only move in one direction? If you live in other dimensions, let's say you also live in heaven. Let's say that part of you got there first and checked it out before that part of you sent you on the road.
Maybe the part of you hasn't forgotten.
Correct. Maybe part of you lived there before and hasn't forgotten, so it could be something coming from the past. Remember, there's something bigger than what is in this room. And that part of you that is bigger is the part that's going to reveal the answers to the questions you have. Most of us have answers to our little questions because we're really deeply into the information age. You can go on the computer or the internet and practically find the answer to anything that's a small question, and provided somebody isn't suppressing the information, you can pretty much get the answer to any of the small questions. But the bigger questions, you're going to get that answer from yourself by reaching out and admitting that you're bigger than the person sitting in that chair.
So what you're saying is it's possible that, like, when I was 7 years old, I could have, just before I fall asleep, I could have traveled 25 years into the future and remembered such experience that really wasn't significant at all, but it stayed with me. And I was like, well, what was that? And then when I lived it, and when I got to that age, I was like, where's this coming from? I felt like I done this before.
That's exactly right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll be driving down
Yes.
the road, and my son, he's 2.5, and he'll say, when I was big, I used to live there. I'll be like, what?
He's remembering something.
You're either gonna, or yeah, he is. For some reason, he has a memory.
Yeah.
I know when I was a child, I had a lot more deja vu experiences, and I think that's partly what deja vu is that you're traveling to some point, and then there's that moment where you meet together, and you have then understanding that you had the experience.
That happens all the time. It's like it's been happening for the past 15 years of my life.
Some people are more open. They don't have as much of the filter that prevents them from time traveling.
I'm noticing that the younger generation has more of this ability. I think that starting about 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago, there was a whole change in the perceptual makeup of our generation coming into this earth, where they're not as locked into the boundary perception, as my generation was or preceding generations